everyone, it's your girl Brain Shanae, and today is pretty much my weekly check-in. I really wanted to do it earlier in the week, but I'm just gonna let y'all know and I'll be honest with you guys because I do promote honesty, and I like honesty on my channel and stuff like that. And I think you guys, I know I don't deserve an explanation, but I feel like I should because I haven't really been uploading a lot this month. I know like it might be more than most, but for me, I haven't really been uploading, and due to that is because I've been on I'm not trying to get all teary-eyed. I've been on an emotional roller coaster, especially for this week. I believe today is the 30th. And because I've lost a lot of family members literally in consecutive months. Like I lost family member in August, lost family member in September, and then I lost pretty much two people in October. One was my cousin, and then the other person was he was family, and he was also my husband's best friend, and we just laid him to rest on a Thursday. So yeah, I'm not sure, like some people grieve and mourn, for their loved ones that they've lost differently. And I think I'm still processing it all. I feel like I have internalized it where I'm not showing it as much. Some people probably haven't noticed, or or maybe I expressed it. And, like the live show that I did yesterday with Ingrid, Heather, Laura, and Bethany on Bethany's channel, Beautifully Bookish Bethany, for the live show for the Obelisk Gate by N.K. Jemisin, our read along for that. It did pick me up a little bit. I am looking forward for tonight as well, for the live for, the Blackoweenathon and stuff with all the hosts. I'm really looking forward to that because it definitely will put a smile on my face, make me not forget, but makes me go somewhere else and not where I'm in my head and I'm thinking about all the stuff that's happened and everything like that, because I also know that my husband is still mourning as well. Especially his best friend. He was only 30 years old and he was fighting cancer for many years. And, I will say he's in a better place. He's no longer in pain, but it's just sad because he was just an awesome person. And I know my husband misses him. And I can see it on his face. And it's like when you have this loved one that's going through something, you want to know, how you can help them. And I think I'm doing as best as I can. As far as that, we still talk about it, like, can't believe he's gone. And, I can't believe he's gone either. It's just really insane. You never know when the last moments you have with someone, that's the last moment you have. I will say, like I always tell my husband, you got to see him, and have a conversation with him and stuff like that before he left this earth. So yeah, so that's where my mind has been at. Like I said, I know I don't owe you an explanation or no apology or whatever, but that's one of the main reasons why I haven't really been uploading as much, and I just haven't been in the mood to do that. Just like I said, I'm not in the right headspace. So literally this past week, I literally DNF'd a book. Maybe because I'm just on an emotional roller coaster. And like I said, my headspace isn't really clear. And so maybe that has a lot to do with why I DNF'd it. I don't know. I really wasn't feeling the book. Like I said, maybe because my mood was just not there. But the book that I DNF'd, I just couldn't get into it. And that was Dead Girls by Nekesa Afia, which is this a mystery book, this is her debut. Now I DNF'd it, but I think for me, since I have this emotion that I'm going on an emotional roller coaster, I will try to pick it up again. It's just right now, it just wasn't it for me. I know a lot of people enjoyed it. And like I said, I'm going to let you know now, my headspace is just not very clear. And that's probably the reason why I just couldn't get into this book at all. But I am going to keep this book and I am going to revisit. Like I said, I know I DNF'd it, but I feel like this book, I think it can be good. I just think, like I said, my headspace was not clear enough for it. So I'm definitely going to put it down for a while, and I probably will pick it up in the future because I know there's going to be a second book because it is a series. So probably when the second book comes out, that month before it comes out, I'll probably will read this book. But yeah, so I couldn't get into it, so I do apologize. I know like some people probably loved it, and I don't know why I didn't. I don't know. But then I did end up finishing one book, and that was for the live that I had with Bethany, Ingrid, Laura, and Heather on her channel for the live for the read along for The Obelisk Gate by N.K. Jemisin. Of course, you can see I tapped it all over the place because I really did enjoy it. A 5 out of 5 stars for this book all around. Just knowing more about Nassoon, Essoon, Alabaster, Ika, the Kashrima, Shafa, the obelisks in general, you know, the Stone Eaters and what they have what their agenda is, and Hoa, and how everything's like coming together. So I'm definitely looking forward to reading the third book, because literally on the live, like, definitely I'll leave that video up above so you can check it out. But we were all pretty much trying to figure out, because Bethany and Laura have already read this book, and I saw their faces and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're not telling us stuff. And I'm like, no, I gotta wait. But you know, once the third book is read, I'm sure they're gonna be active and just go all nuts about the book, because they didn't want to spoil it for us, because I believe me, Laura, and Heather are first time readers for the Broken Earth trilogy. So they're like, we're not going to spoil it for you guys, but I can see it in their faces, like something's up with this third book. And they did say like everything, pretty much you can't miss. There's a lot of stuff in this book where everything is important. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to read this twice in 1 month to make sure I don't miss nothing. But I'm really, really loving the Broken Earth trilogy. Now, my favorite character, I really don't have a favorite character, because I am on and off with each character. At first, I'm like, ooh, okay, I see you, Demayas, you know, Cyanide was Assun, you know, I see y'all, but then I'm like, oh, I don't know, because there's a lot of trauma within these books that we also discussed, especially in the live show, with parenting and childhood trauma, stuff like that, where it, you know, it can, you know, we'll talk about like family curses, stuff like that. And there's a lot of really hard things to tackle within this book, but I think we did we executed it very well last night. I really enjoyed the conversation because I had so many questions, and I'm like, okay, I need to know, like, what did y'all think about this book? And now we're trying to figure out, okay, when does Essoon and Nassoon come together? You know, like, what's going to happen? Are they going to be on the same page? Are they going to clash? Is it going to be Essoon versus Nassoon? Like, that type of deal? Hoa versus Shafa? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm really looking forward to reading the next book next month, and next month is going to be insane for me for reading. Literally for every physical book that I'll be reading, I have the audiobook, so I probably will be hybrid reading it. I think I get through books faster when I do hybrid reading as opposed to just reading the physical book, because usually, like, I have 3 kids now, mind you, and when I hear them and I'm trying to read, it just I can't focus. And so literally as I'm listening, like, I have one of my AirPods in one ear and I'm like literally reading my book, I think it's easier for me to concentrate and also comprehend everything of what I'm reading, as opposed to sometimes when I just read or listen to audiobooks in my car. Sometimes I do have to go back and get the book and stuff like that just to make sure I didn't miss anything, because sometimes I zone out and I'll be having to like press the 30-second button on there just to be like, okay, what did I miss? Because I do tend to do that, you know, as I'm driving and listening to an audiobook, which I think hybrid reading is definitely for me. I know I have known some people that do that. And I recently just started doing that. Like, I've been on BookTube for 3 years, and literally this year I started doing that. I started listening to more audiobooks this year. Because at first I'm like, audiobooks, I don't know. Yeah, I was that person, right? I'm like, I don't know. But then I'm like, everyone got me hip to audiobooks plus hybrid reading with the physical book. So I'm like, thank you guys. Y'all saved me some time. Like, I feel like I said, I go through books a lot faster when I do hybrid reading. But yeah, so like I said, DNF this book, and I finished this book this week. So I really do really love this and can't wait for the third one, which I do need to get my copy. I do plan on buying it, because I've been buying the books because I want to keep them. I was thinking about borrowing them from the library, but I really want to keep the third book and mark in it like I've been doing. So I probably will get my physical copy either later on next week, or because I'm thinking on reading the third book closer to when we do the live. That way it's going to be fresh in my mind. Because I read this book maybe in three days. Maybe I could have read by in 2 days, but you know, stuff happens and you got other things going on in your life that is definitely have a higher priority. But yeah, and then the current book that I'm reading, which I do plan on finishing tomorrow, is the group book for Blackoweenathon, which is The Confessions of Rennie Langton. I have the audiobook, which I'm hybrid reading it, because first I was just reading the physical copy and it just is really slow book. And so as I got the audiobook, it made it a little bit bearable for me to read. I don't know what it is. I feel like the pace is just insanely slow. I know a lot of people have said that, and there's a lot of people that really love this book. Now, I'm not saying I love it or hate the book. I just think it was really slow, so I had to figure out something where the pace would be a little bit quicker, you know, because I'm like, it's zoning me out. So that's where I am with my check-in. I do have other things, like next month I have tons of books that I'm definitely going to be reading. Like I want to participate in the Digithon, but I'm not sure if I'll be fulfilling every single prompt, but I will be reading some books that I think fit into some of the prompts. So I'm not really doing like a Digithon TBR, but I'll be reading some books that will be pretty much for it. Like for Black Sun is one by Rebecca Roanhorse, and I'm thinking about reading Firekeeper's Daughter as one, but but we'll see. I need to like dim down some of the books so that I can read some more books next month, because I do plan on reading, not next month, but in December, I do plan on reading the second book by The Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. I do want to read the book by Chloe Gong, Our Violent Ends. I do want to read the second book from When Dreams Descend, which is a duology. So I have that book, which I do need to read in December. This is a lot of books I'm trying to get to before the end of the year. I'm really trying to think on what I'm going to be reading, because I always change my mind. But on the upside, I pretty much will tell you now, and this will be also a giveaway announcement, because I hit 2K subscribers, which was, I cannot believe I did. Like, that's a milestone for me. I'm like, I'm never going to get to 2K, but it happened, and I do thank you guys for subscribing. So let me get the books I'll be giving away. So there's going to be 3 winners for this giveaway. One winner will, so each winner, the first place winner will get to choose the book, the second place winner, and the third place winner will get what book is left. So the first book that'll be given away is The Phoenix First Must Burn, edited by Patrice Codwell. And this is where there's different stories within this book by Elizabeth Svedo, Anne-Marie, Patrice Codwell, Danielle Clayton, J. Marcel Corey, Samaya Dodd, Charlotte Nicole Davis, Justina Ireland, Alea Dawn Johnson, Danny Lore, L.L. McKinney, Danielle Page, Rebecca Roanhorse, Karen Strong, Ashley Woodfolk, and Ibby Zaboy. And I read this last year and I really loved the book, and I'm like, okay, I got this extra copy, and I feel like somebody else needs to read this because it was really that good. So one of the winners will be receiving this book. The next one is an arc that I have like 2 arcs of. I got in a book box, and I'm like, I don't need 2 arcs, but I know some people already got the hardcover, but if they didn't get it, they can have an arc, which is Beasts of Prey by Ayanna Gray. Love this book so much. I did a book review, which I'll leave up above so y'all can check it out. I even did a little TikTok for it. I'm not good with TikTok yet, but hopefully I'll get used to it eventually. Some people on BookTube community has been killing it, and I'm just like, I don't know if I got the energy, but I'm gonna give it a try one of these days. But yeah, so this is another book or arc that I plan on giving away to the second winner, or one of the winners. And then the third book, which is, this is an adult, oh wait, and just let me know, this is a fantasy, and this is an adult fantasy, and that is The Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter. I have read this book, and I read the other book, of which I don't remember what the second book is. I really can't remember the title on top of my head, but the book is amazing. What got me to even start reading this series was, it said Gladiator versus Game of Thrones. So that got me into reading this book, and it really is amazing. Yes, it's a chunker, it's big, but it's action packed, and it's accurate when it says Game of Thrones versus Gladiator type deal. So it's very accurate. So this is the third book that I'll be giving away. So like I said, there's going to be 3 winners. There's going to be the first winner, you know, will get to choose the book. The second winner will get to choose between 2 books, and the third winner will get the other book of what's left. But yeah, so there's rules to this giveaway. You know, of course you have to be subscribed to me. And also, if you want to be entered in this giveaway, give me a thumbs up in the comments so that way I know. And also, I would love if you would be if you also would be following me on my Twitter and Instagram, which all my channels is down in the description below. So yes, 1, you have to be subscribed to me, because the people that I want to give this to, the people that have been supporting me. You know, I'm not just going to give away a book and it's not someone that has been supporting me. You know, I want to do that. So how to be subscribing to me. And then for extra entries, of course, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and that's it. And like I said, if you want to be entered in this giveaway, just give me a thumbs up in the comment section. But that is it. That is my weekly check-in plus giveaway announcement type of deal. Like, I know at the beginning of this video it was dark, and I'm trying to get out of it. You know, I'm trying to think of ways where I'm not, you know, so sad all the time, because it, you know, I don't want that to reflect on my kids. I know the kids notice, and I'm trying to like be strong, you know what I mean? But yes, that is my giveaway announcement plus my weekly check-in, which I didn't really read that much, so sorry. But anyways, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Also hit the subscribe button, that bell to be notified when I upload more videos in the future. But thank you so much for watching, you guys, and please stay healthy and stay safe. See ya.